episode 150 of the Real Deals podcast. I thought, hey, let's go out in the field and let's do a video episode this week. I'm a little sick, so I apologize for the voice. Dan's getting out of town early this week, so I figured let's do a video episode instead of an audio one, but we've also got something really cool to show you. We're actually sitting out in front of one of our projects right now that we're getting quite a bit closer to a finish here. We're probably about a month out, and we'll be done with this thing. It's a nice classic Portland style house here in Southeast Portland. Should be somewhere in the 450 to 500 range. I know, which sounds like a lot to some of you, but for a new house, basically a completely rebuilt classic Portland house in Southeast Portland, that's a cheap price, so should go fast. Anyway, we're out here in the field, and what I wanted to do is kind of talk to you guys about a strategy that we use a lot. That is, we use the house that we're working on as a way to try and generate other leads in the neighborhood. And so the way we used to do it was, okay, we drive the streets around the property that we're at, and we try and pick off the houses that look like they also need to be renovated or need to sell to an investor, and then we'd write down the address, and we'd find out who owns them, and then we'd start our direct mail sequence to them. Well, with the advent of our Driving for Dollars app, it makes this process super simple. So what I thought I'd do today is actually take you guys along as we do some Driving for Dollars with our Driving for Dollars app right around the property that we're working on here, and kind of show you guys, what's going on with it. So here's the phone. Obviously, you can see my wife and my daughter Millie there, but here's the app. It's the Driving for Dollars app. You just download it in the iTunes store. So the iTunes version is the only one we have out right now. We're working on the Android version, but it's going to be a little bit longer for that one. But the iTunes one is ready to roll. So basically, you click on that. I'm already signed in, but when you click on that, you can just sign in, or down below, you can hit a little tag that says, there's Gary Joni. There'll be a tag at the bottom that says create a new account. So you sign in or you create a new account, you create your username and password, and then it'll take you to this. So these are all the lists that we've created, but what you'll do here is basically go to plus, and we'll name our new list. So this is, we're on Southeast 74th, so let's call it, let's capitalize it, Southeast 74th list, and let's hit proceed, and this will take us to basically where we're at in overhead view. So did you know to add a property to your list, simply tap and hold the property on the map until a pin appears. So it's basically telling you how to add properties. So we'll dismiss that. So right now we're sitting right here where this little blue dot is with the circle around it. And so as we drive down the street, you can see all the houses that are on both sides. So let's take a drive down the street here, and I'll kind of, we'll pick out one that I think would be a good potential for us to add to our list, and make sure I'm not hitting anybody. So, and we're off. So we've got a pink one there. That one's pretty bad. These people right here, they actually inherited a bunch of money, and they own that thing free and clear. I know, because I've talked to them. It's an ugly looking house, but we won't mail them. So we'll go a little further down here. Ooh, there's a real winner right down here. You guys are gonna definitely dig this. So here's one right here, which that looks like a real gem, right? Classic Driving for Dollars. So what I'm gonna do is, we're right here, so I'm gonna click, and we click and hold. So there's the pin. Basically clicked and hold on the property directly to our left, which is this guy. I'm gonna touch it. So 4833 Southeast 74th, that appears to be the address, but what we can also do is click on that. Oh, that takes us to the Google Street View. So in case you can't see the address because they pulled the numbers off the front of the house, you can definitely tell it's the same house, except for the fact that they wrapped in the front porch there with some plastic. So basically that is it. It's on the list, and that's pretty much all there is to it. But that's the way that you're able to verify that whatever you're touching here, right? So like these other ones here, I can tap this one, 4825 Southeast 74th. Obviously, I look at that. Well, that's not the house right in front of us, but that is the one next door. So as you can see, that's definitely the house next door. You got the yellow siding below, yellow below, blue above. That's definitely that house. But then you go to the one next to that, and we've got, we'll hold this pin down. So the one next to that, which is the red house, should be, let's click on that. Oh, it's the red house here. Let's cruise up just to show you guys, because you don't want to add stuff to your list that maybe you don't want, but this is how you validate that this is in fact what you want. Hey, what do you know? It's got the same cars in the driveway and everything. How cool is that, right? That's the house. So if we wanted to add that one, we could. it's a pretty nice house, so we'll probably trash that one and take it off the list. This one here, which was right next door, remember with the yellow siding below, it's not bad, so we'll probably trash that one. But that one is one that we want for sure. So essentially now we can continue driving around the neighborhood here and then create more of whatever we want to add to our Driving for Dollars list for Southeast 74th, since that's where we're the project is that we were at today. And so then once you're done, you can essentially hit done, and then once you get to this point, we want to save the list, right, Dan? So we save the list, and then once we save it, it creates the list, and then from there. Okay, so in talking about how to run your list, I told you could pull the screen down here to refresh it, or you can just hit this button in the bottom left. That will refresh the list so that they've all been refreshed. And so essentially what that does is it sends the list out to the data provider, and then it pulls the data back for you on the homeowner info. And then from here you click on the list after that's been done, and then we go down to list here, right, Dan? And we hit that, and then from there you can access the info. Boom, there it is right there. And so that basically gives you all the owner info and mailing address. It tells you when it was updated for that particular house. So it looks like, well, I won't say her name on camera, but you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Gives you all the information, and then from there you can export this information via CSV file so that you can start your direct mail campaigns. Really cool thing that we're going to be doing actually as of this next week. We've got kind of a relationship with Open Letter Marketing, Justin Silverio with Open Letter Marketing. What we're going to do is allow you to integrate with their system. We don't benefit from it financially, but I think it's an enhancement to the app, and he runs a great operation. He has some amazing direct mail product that he can send out for you, and you can basically integrate with their system, and he can automatically do your direct mail for you, which would be really cool since that's not something that we do. But I know some of you guys have your own places you like to have it done, or you do it in-house, and that's easy. You can take the CSV file and do that. But if you don't, you can get hooked up with Open Letter Marketing, and they can send out some great marketing for you with just a couple clicks of a button. So super simple, super easy. That's why we made the app. So that's pretty much all there is to it. It's pretty simple, but I wanted to give you guys kind of how you can use this app out in the field, and just kind of show you how cool it is, and how you can actually verify the house that you're adding to your list is in fact the house that you want to have on your list, because we've had a couple people ask us that question, and that's how you do it. So super slick little trick, and super cool little tool. So go check it out in the iTunes store. It's a Driving for Dollars app. You just type that in, Driving for Dollars app. It should pop up. Download it. It's free. And the other cool thing is you get a 5-property free trial. So you could drive around like we just did and just pick out 5 properties that you actually want the owner info on and mailing address, and it'll give it to you for free. You can take it for a test drive, figure it out on your own, and if you like what you see, you can then buy as much data as you want to continue building your Driving for Dollars list. So that's our out in the field video for this week's Real Deals podcast. Hopefully you guys dug it. I'll see you guys again next week with an audio version.